Recently, a popular mega church owner, self-proclaimed pastor or prophet, uttered some outrageous claims.
I'm more gifted than God.
You know we want you to
Yes. and God knows that. I'm more gifted than him.
Judging by the furore among his other commentators, he must have committed a heinous crime. This reminded me of a number of factors, like the issue of King Nebuchadnezzar, who exclaimed about his Babylon power that he claimed to have had and the punishment he received from the gods. We want to look at a more gifted than God, because these Christians, prophet, entrepreneurs, Christian, Muslims, Jews, and many others do not know who and what is God. Do you know? This is the key to understanding this crude attempt by this pastor at philosophy when he tries to come back and respond to the criticisms that he received. But all the criticisms and the responses to his utterances miss a major mark by light years. How to know who and what is God comprehensively? We want to invite you to this breaking news of a new book that is out, entitled Free from God, Unveiling Spirituality that Breeds Wisdom. Unlock, absorb, adore divine liberation. Explore the wisdom and score very high using Free from God. This book is available now on Amazon. It's about 618 pages, and there is a bonus chapter there on totems, as well as the divinities from all indigenous societies on the earth. You will understand who and what is God from a perspective that covers and crosses all the lines from geology, science, philosophy, comparative religious studies. If your curiosity is piqued by the unknown, dive into this book, Free from God, Unveiling Spirituality that Breeds Wisdom, and discover a world where the Creator remains a mystery, unknown and beyond your reach. Yet at the same time, you will expand your mind and continue to embark on a journey that goes beyond any conventional beliefs. We guarantee that, and we give you this as a key. Discover the truth, profound and vast, with each chapter. And you can get this book as hardcover, a soft copy, and paperback. You can also explosively search the wisdom blast that is found in this book and grow your enlightenment, and you won't be disappointed by this book. Order your copy today and explore this issue. Let's look at what this prophet Makandiwa and all others that have responded to his attestation of him being gifted more than God. And we want to zero in a little bit on chapter 4 of this book, Free from God, Unveiling Spirituality that Breeds Wisdom. And the chapter 4 has a subsection, Who is God, as well as who is the God of Israel. The thought-provoking disclosures that answer this interrogation are given in many other books and articles. When we first encounter God in the Torah, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, the term used in the Hebrew is not an English term, but a Hebrew term, Elohim. It is a plural word which is defined as gods, plural, many divinities, not one. The term God you meet when you read the Bible, and in English hides this fact, and should have been translated in plural as gods. If the scholars, theologians, and doctors of letters would have wanted to be true to this linguistically and to be congruent, they would have employed the term Eloha if they are saying it's plural of majesty that corroborates bara, to create in the Hebrew. There is an image of the God whom Makandiwa says is more gifted than. This is Elohim, the God of Israel, is a deity, is not the creator of the limitless universe. Elohim is a deity. Elohim is a divinity. A divinity is any supernatural being worshipped as controlling some part or major parts of the world or some aspects of life. Elohim means the gods as a plural of the term El or Eloha, which indicates God in the singular form. It has never been used. So these are the gods that Makandiwa is alluding to, because he has no inclination, understanding, or knowledge of Elohim or of the unseen, unknown creator. Otherwise, he would not be a prophet or a Christian, because Christians worship a deity known as Jesus. So, a tribal deity or a god in our Bantu languages is Mondoro. Jews today worship a tribal and ancestral deity. His name is Yahweh. The first mention of the term Yahweh, now incorporated in Israel or Judaism, is found on a Moabite stone written 840 BCE, before the Torah was written. Omri was the king of Israel and he oppressed Moab. And I took the vessels of Yahweh. Very, very clear. So when you go to our book, Free from God, you realize that the God, plural, remember plural, revealed in the Hebrew Bible, is an integration of several different deities borrowed from other near and far cultural traditions within the ancient northeast places of Africa. All religions, every religion will have a deity or deities. That is how they are called religions. Without these powerful real spirits emanating from the deities, from the gods, from goddesses, from Mondoro, from Amadlozi, they are called philosophies founded and led by human masters. If it is that case, it means their influence and their presence would have but all vanished, because if they were philosophies, they would die with the philosopher or with the founder. Because of massive borrowing, the Hebrew God now has gender. He is a male, and this is why he said, let us make men in our image, plural. You can see here in Exodus 15:3, it says the Lord is a man of war. Though poetic, it is clear from other parts of the Torah that the God of Israel actually paid visitations to the Israelites and they gave them his commandments directly without any intermediary, until they said, no, we can't hear you. Also, this God of Israel is a wrestling deity who enjoys monkey plays. You can go and read about that in Genesis 32 verse 22 to 32. This is the God that Makandiwa is actually referring as saying he is better and more gifted than God, because even Jacob wrestled and battled with this God the whole night. Tell me, is that a real creator of the limitless universe? Does the real creator of the limitless universe play games until Jacob had to hold him and say, you cannot go unless you bless me? This is the God that Christians are battling about and getting confused when they think of the unknown creator and incorporate the qualities of the unknown creator in their arguments against Makandiwa. The creator isn't physical or even spiritual. The creator we are revealing in this video and revealed in our book is not inside or outside or even inside the universe. This creator has no identity with space, matter, or time, or even within you. The actual creator is remote. You cannot call him, you cannot pray to him, you cannot know him by your brain and your mind. We are so limited and our lifespan is so tiny when we consider eternity and eternal life, as well as when we consider immortality. On one hand, we are using the term or terms creator or maker or msiki or mvelingane because these are substitutional names or words that we have devised as human beings to communicate the ideas of the Creator, who is not a spirit, who is not a being, who dwells beyond the chasm, beyond Mukaha. The gods, these are the true and real creators of the universe and the real creators of our ancestors. So let's look now at other teachings that comes in play when a person claims to be better than the gods or than God, as Makandiwa has done. We look at the advice that we were given by Tahotep before the Bible, before Jesus, before Abraham, before Isaac. These are the people that were on the earth. He said, in life, if you are wise, be humble. Do not exalt your heart. The one whom the gods favors is the one who is humble in speech. This passage suggests that humility is valued and that arrogance may not be well received by the gods. The tale of the eloquent peasant shows the same ideology, that you must respect and have humility towards the divinities, towards the gods, and towards divine powers, and ask their support, suggesting that arrogance and mistreatment of others, or thinking that you are better than others, would provoke divine retribution. If you go to the book that predates all other religious books by thousands of years, Parutema Hore, the book of coming forth by day, we learn a number of factors. Here are the factors. I have not acted with arrogance. I have not magnified my conditions beyond what was appropriate. This is a message to people like Makandiwa. I have not behaved with insolence. I have not uttered curses or spoken ill of others. This is a message to people like T.F. Chiwenga, who thinks he's a pastor, who thinks he's a prophet, but cast against others in a ridiculous and pejorative manner instead of advisory. I have not acted hotly. Makandiwa has acted hotly by saying, I am more gifted than God, and God knows about that, which is a lie, because you cannot prove that. And he goes to the toilet anyway. The Creator cannot go to the toilet. So what gift is he talking about? I have not acted or uttered lies. He lies. I have not boasted. He boasted. I have not made myself appear greater than I am. He has done that. So he has violated the natural laws of the divinities. The truth of spirituality he has violated. The Greeks who came to Africa to learn went back and wrote books and wrote philosophies. One of their greatest quoted philosophy or saying written by Euripides says, whom the gods would destroy, they first make mad. So what could be the other causes that gives people like Makandiwa and other pastors and prophets, imams and rabbis such arrogance to say they are better than the divinities that created the universe? It is from this attitude that we see the connection of hubris, hedonism, and wealth. Makandiwa is one of the richest people in Zimbabwe. He is net worth about 150 million United States dollars. He has no company, he has no industry, he doesn't employ people, he fishes out of people's pockets using the Bible, using tithes. His connection to hubris and hedonism and wealth is seen in the properties and assets that he buys and the competition that he offers to other well-placed businessmen. Hubris and arrogance. Hubris refers to excessive pride or arrogance, often accompanied by a sense of entitlement and superiority. That's what Makandiwa displayed. That's what is clear from his statement. No matter he tried to panel beat and no matter he tried to correct it. Hedonism is the pursuit of pleasure and the arguments for pleasure and the titular ownership that I should have this because I do this. So Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, we see here, he purchased a BMW 7 Series luxury high-end car worth $300 100,000 United States dollars in a country whose inflation is now hovering around 180%, which shows this disconnected from reality. Also, Makandiwa displayed ego inflation. What is ego inflation? It is the dark side of charismatic leadership. You read Dennis Friesel here. He says charismatic leaders under the spell of ego inflation have highly distorted sense of self. That's what he displayed by saying he's better and greater and more gifted than the gods. He didn't create even anything. He just speaks and lies at the same time. Furthermore, they cannot see their flaws or their shortcomings. That's why he had to make another video to try to philosophize, and he was making junk philosophy and primitive arguments and trying to become a philosopher when he is one of those individuals who never saw the doors of a university. Furthermore, their fear fuels their inflated ego, that everyone should see them as somebody offering people something worthy or grandiose or potential, which is not correct. So, in conclusion, the recent utterances by self-proclaimed pastor or prophet is a clear sign that Christianity, Islam, and Judaism does not know anything about who the real creator is. They worship tribal gods and tribal deities, and they compete with those deities. That's why they can come and say, like Makandiwa, are more gifted than God. The God is talking about are deities, not the real creator of the limitless universe. To experience the thrill of awakening and understanding the real creator, and to delve into the depths of spirituality, read Free from God. It will ignite the flame within, kindling a desire to seek truth beyond the confines of mainstream narratives by people like Makandiwa and Chiwenga and others. And it will lead you to fuel your own transformative journey. Remember, God or the gods did create you and put you on the earth. Discover this truth and let us walk this journey together, because you have got the power to unlock the chains that these pastorpreneurs, prophetpreneurs, these liars are putting on you as their bank where they withdraw money 10% every week. To learn more, send us an email on John@Marifado. Subscribe to our channel, Hamiti Blue Ethics. Until we meet again, Tatenda Siabonga. Enkos, asante sana.